What's up guys, it's WoofWoofWolffe. Welcome back to Sith of the Week. Your Sith of the Week is Darth Malgus.
After 1,000 years, Korriban is ours again. Welcome home.
Darth Malgus was a Force-sensitive human male born on Droman Cass, the capital of the reconstituted Sith Empire in 3701 BBY, under the name Veridun. Veridun was raised on a different planet by an adoptive father, a biologist in the Imperial Science Bureau, and the man maintained a private zoo. Sometime in his youth, a female Twi'lek servant on the estate committed a minor offense. Though the offense itself was meaningless to Veridun, he killed the woman to prove to himself that he was capable of doing so. His father was pleased with his son's actions, and Veridun was to train at the Sith Academy to become a Sith warrior. Veridun eventually became an apprentice to the pure-blood Sith Master Vindican. On a trip to the Outer Rim world of Geonosis, Veridun discovered a young Twi'lek slave girl by the name of Elena Daru. Upon seeing that Daru was abused and physically beaten by her owner, Veridun killed her master and took the Twi'lek as his own. Although she remained his slave, the two became lovers and eventually came to treat her as a wife, despite the Empire's anti-alien policies. After being accepted as a Sith apprentice, Veridun became Malgus. In 3681 BBY, the Empire returned from hiding and launched a series of attacks against the Galactic Republic, sparking the Great Galactic War. Vindican and Malgus were selected to participate in the Sith assault to reclaim the Sith holy world of Korriban. The two took a Fury-class Imperial interceptor to board the Republic's space station above the planet. While Vindican engaged the Zabrak Jedi Master Keo-Sen Darch in battle, Malgus attacked his Padawan, Satele Shan, who later became the Grand Master of the Jedi Order. Malgus easily overpowered the younger Satele at first, but a toss of Darch's lightsaber put Malgus on the defensive and allowed Shan to regain her footing. After she was ordered to escape, Malgus and Vindican engaged Darch together. Despite the Sith's advantage of numbers, Darch easily defeated Darth Vindican. However, Malgus summoned Vindican's lightsaber and brought the duel to a close when he cut down the Jedi Master. Malgus was surprised to find that his master was still alive and mocked Vindican for his failure to prevent the survivor's escape before decapitating him as they watched the Sith Armada descend on Korriban. After the battle, Malgus walked alone on Korriban's surface and experienced a Force vision in which the galaxy and the Republic burned. From then on, Malgus believed that he would be responsible for the fall of the Republic and its Jedi Order. In the years following the Battle of Korriban, Malgus was promoted to the rank of Sith Lord, and around 3667 BBY he was granted the title of Darth. He was selected to personally lead Imperial forces in a surprise attack on the peaceful planet of Alderaan in the Core Worlds. Malgus landed thousands of assault droids and Imperial troopers accompanied by hundreds of Sith on Alderaan's surface, after the Empire completed a vicious orbital bombardment. However, members of Havoc Squad, a unit from the Republic's Special Forces, launched a guerrilla counterattack as the Sith Lord marched through a valley toward the capital. Commander Jace Malcolm, the same trooper who Malgus had encountered 14 years earlier at the space station above Korriban, led his troops against the Imperials. Watching the Sith Lord butchering his soldiers, Malcolm launched several rockets toward the Sith Lord. Malgus was able to protect himself against the explosions, though they scarred his face. Satele Shan, now a Jedi Knight, arrived just in time to save the soldier from certain death. Shan unleashed a Force blast that sent 3 Sith flying and drew Malgus' attention. The two enemies began to duel, with Malgus driving Shan to her knees with his powerful blows. But Shan brought a nearby tree crashing to the ground between them. As their duel continued, Malgus was able to cut Shan's lightsaber in half, forcing her to block Malgus' lightsaber with her bare hands by absorbing the weapon's energy. Malgus was interrupted when Malcolm tackled the Sith Lord, before revealing that he was holding a grenade. The resulting explosion threw Malgus backwards, scarring his face. Shan then blasted Malgus with the Force, throwing him into a nearby cliffside and then bringing down the entire cliff on top of the Sith. Malgus survived and was picked up by his personal shuttle. His skin stung from burns, his lungs were damaged. However, Malgus felt no pain, only anger. Following the Battle of Alderaan, Malgus was nursed back to health by Daru. Jaw wounds he received during the battle forced him to don a respirator mask. During the latter stages of the war, Malgus and the Sith Lord Darth Venomal supervised the landing of Sith forces during their attack on the planet Ord Radama. Malgus boarded his personal shuttle and flew up to assume command of the dreadnought Lindworm. However, by the time Malgus arrived on Lindworm's Bridge, the Sith had already lost the battle, and he watched as a stricken Sith Harrower-class dreadnought plummeted into the atmosphere of Ord Radama. Through the Force, Malgus felt the deaths of Darth Venomol and 100,000 of the city's inhabitants, and he screamed out in anger. The power of his scream buckled the bridge's viewport, caused the crew's ears to bleed, and also destroyed a wave of Republic strike fighters that were passing the vessel. Realizing that the Sith had no hope of defeating the Republic ships, Malgus ordered his remaining forces to depart the system and jump to the heart of Sith space. After his withdrawal, Malgus's forces were pursued and attacked by the Republic fleet. Malgus was dispatched to defend the Sith world of Ashas Ree, and he took command of a line of siege tanks and used them to hold off a series of attacks, and eventually the Sith forces were victorious. After receiving word from Imperial intelligence that Jedi Master Ven Zalo, the commander of the Republic forces at the Battle of Ashas Ree, was headquartered on the world Sereno, Malgus ordered a cipher agent to assassinate Zalo. He was later angered to discover that Zalo had killed his infiltrator and fled the world. In 3653 BBY, 28 years after the war's beginning, the Dark Council contacted the Republic Senate, expressing their wish to negotiate an end to the conflict. While delegations from the Empire, the Senate, and the Jedi Order prepared to meet on Alderaan to form a peace agreement, the Sith made preparations for their strike on Coruscant. The high-ranking Sith Lord Darth Angral was placed in charge of the entire operation, while Darth Malgus was chosen to lead an early attack on the Temple of the Jedi Order. Malgus, accompanied by Alina Daru, arrived on Coruscant and proceeded on foot to the Jedi Temple. The two shared a passionate kiss on the way. A squad of Temple security guards attempted to stop his advance, and Malgus advised Daru to not interfere before he quickly dispatched the group. 6 Jedi Knights dropped from the balconies to confront the strangers, and Jedi Master Ven Zalo joined them. A hijacked NR-2 Republic dropship breached the Jedi Temple's main entrance, skidded along the temple floor, and blew open to reveal Lord Adras and a team of 50 Sith warriors. Malgus recalled his vision on Korriban, smiled, and activated his lightsaber. After killing multiple Jedi, Malgus watched Zalo force blast Daru into a column. Malgus stopped for a moment and looked at Daru. Malgus's anger overcame him, and he engaged in combat with the Jedi Battlemaster. The two fought viciously, and Zalo managed to slam the hilt of his saber into the side of Malgus's jaw. However, Malgus was ready to stab Zalo's abdomen. The sacking of Coruscant had begun, and while Sith forces led by Darth Angral took control of the Senate building and killed the Republic's Supreme Chancellor Birukan, the Sith Armada had begun their bombardment of the capital. Malgus had been under the impression that the Imperial Armada was going to raise Coruscant and destroy the Republic once and for all. However, the battle was ultimately used only as leverage in the peace negotiations on Alderaan. The conflict caused Malgus to become disillusioned with the Empire and to review his relationship with Daru as a weakness. Thus, he was forced to kill his lover in order to preserve his own power. Darth Malgus was tormented by her death, but it only made him stronger in the dark side. During the Cold War years that followed the successful peace negotiations, Malgus led Sith forces into the unknown regions, claiming previously unknown territories for the Empire. Towards the end of the Cold War, following the presumed death of the Sith Emperor, and after serving on the Dark Council, Malgus declared a new empire, one free from the infighting of the Dark Council. However, in time he was tracked down to his secret base and was defeated by the Republic and the Empire. The Sith Lord made his return during the start of the Third Galactic War, serving under the Sith Empire and becoming a military commander once more. However, a few years later, a mysterious faction known as the Eternal Empire invaded the galaxy, and the twin princes Arkin and Thexan captured Malgus. He was frozen in carbonite and delivered as a gift to their father, the immortal Emperor Valkorion. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys liked this episode. I am so happy to announce that next week is going to be the last episode of Jedi/Sith of the Week. And Clone of the Week Season 2 is coming back with the premiere of Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 7. Be sure to nominate your final Jedi of choice in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe. This is WoofWoofWolffe, signing off, and as always, woof, woof.